Hello, hello. Today I'm going to be doing a monsters and ghosts video because after all, we are in the spooky season. Oops, sorry. And I got this book to look through with my son. And we have really enjoyed doing that together this month. And I thought, when we were reading it together last night, I thought, man, I should really do a video with this. So this is a fun atlas that goes through all the different parts of the world and shares the stories of the different monsters and ghosts. So I have low lighting. Hopefully you will enjoy this. I am going to do Big League Chew, Wild Pitch Watermelon. I am out of gum. I tried to get some new gum today at Aldi. And unfortunately, I had the pack of Trident in my cart, and when I walked out of the store, the pack of gum was under my bag, and so I realized I didn't pay for it, so I took it back inside and I was gonna pay for it, but nobody was at the cash register anymore, and I didn't want to wait, so I just put it down inside the store and left. So I'm gonna have to get some more gum soon. I would kind of like to have some minty gum to chew again. But this is really yummy. I'm probably gonna have to move this candle because of how big this book is. So I think this is so cool. Because it shows you all over the world what monsters and ghosts there are. I'm gonna look at North America first because that's where I live. I just finished going through Europe with my son. So we did all of these. In Europe. Some of them I was familiar with, some of them I was not. The most obvious, Frankenstein, Dracula, trolls, goblins, ogres. But there were some really specific ones that I did not know. So, let's make our way to North America. I have not looked at these yet, so I don't know what okay. Here we are in North America. I can see just from looking that I am familiar with some of these. Bigfoot. All right. So let's see. All right. the boogeyman. I don't know if you can see all of it. I guess I need to adjust this according to what I'm reading so you can see it. So, the boogeyman, where throughout towns in the United States. Okay. Characteristics. This being has no specific shape and is often draped in long tunics or cloaks, sometimes with a hood over his head. He hunts down disobedient children to punish them, so watch out. He is known for his cruelty and looks very upsetting, especially because you cannot see his face. How to beat it? First, it would be best just to avoid him by behaving well. However, if you have done something wrong, try apologizing to your parents. And if you do find yourself in front of him, turn on a light. The boogeyman loves darkness and hates light bulbs. So, all you need to do is flip the switch and run. Simple enough. Okay. Ghost of Stool Cemetery. Where? Kansas, in the U.S. Characteristics: dark presences wander the unsettling Stool Cemetery. Restless phantoms love to terrorize unlucky visitors here. What's more, but don't tell a soul, they say that twice a year the devil himself appears. Julie Brown, Louisiana, in the U.S. A haunted swamp is creepy enough, but what if I told you that in addition to all of the normal spirits, there's the ghost of a witch here? In the marshy bogs of Manchac, the tormented spirit of Julie Brown remains to this day. Okay. Watch out for Julie Brown. The Gremlin, where open spaces and homes, sometimes even airplanes, throughout the United States. With green skin, large ears, and no hair, it's definitely not pretty. This creature runs around looking for people to attack with sticks and whatever else it can find. It multiplies when wet and adores getting on planes, destroying mechanical systems and creating other problems mid-flight are some of its specialties. I did not know it was associated with planes. How to beat it. One effective way of getting rid of a gremlin is with light. The sun's rays are deadly to it. If you confront one at night, try not to panic. Instead, convince it to fight in an open space. Since there's nowhere for it to hide in plain sight, it might decide to leave you alone. Never get one wet, otherwise you might find yourself face to face with an entire army of these creatures. Oh. Okay. Ogopogo? Ogopogo? Huh. Never heard of this. In British Columbia, Canada. In the waters of Lake Okanagan, there lives more than just algae and fish. The Ogopogo also calls this place home. It's a monstrous green snake with the head of a dog or horse. What an interesting neighbor. Huh. Resurrection Mary, near the cemetery in Justice, Illinois, U.S. Mary appears as a girl dressed in a ball gown with elegant shoes and a handbag. She doesn't look like a ghost and convinces drivers to take her to the cemetery where she suddenly disappears. How to beat it? Simply by doing what she asks. She's calm and not at all aggressive. She is not looking for trouble. She just wants a ride to the cemetery. So all you have to do is pick her up and not talk to her as she looks out the window. Once you arrive at the cemetery, she will vanish without laying a finger on you. Well, she seems nice. Okay, Hodag, Wisconsin, U.S. What monster is this? It looks like a frog. Well, at least its head does. But it isn't a frog. It has claws, a long tail, and spikes on its back like a dinosaur. Strange, huh? It's a hodag, and you better keep away. Okay, the Haunted Violin. Abingdon, Virginia, United States. What would you do if you heard a violin playing, but there was no one around to play it? Well, if you want to find out, all you have to do is spend one night in the Martha Washington Inn, a hotel for the fearless. All right. Jackalope. It resides in the forests of North America. As you can guess from the name, the jackalope has the body of a jackrabbit and the horns of an antelope. If you expect to spot this creature easily, you will be disappointed. It tends to avoid people and run away from them. You might hear its call, though. It's the perfect imitation of a human voice. How to beat it? Generally speaking, the jackalope is timid and doesn't harm people. It could still be nearby, just in hiding. It certainly won't ever attack you. However, its human-like voice may trick you into thinking that there is a person lost in the forest. By following it, you may end up off your path. So if you're ever in the woods and hear a voice but can't see anyone, just ignore it. Phantom hitchhikers. New Jersey, United States. There are many hitchhikers looking for a ride along Route 37 at exit 82. But don't stop, and definitely don't pick anyone up. These aren't flesh and blood humans, but phantom hitchhikers. Okay, Glaucus, Connecticut, in the U.S. Beware of the Glaucus. This frightening creature is a mix between a bear, a panther, and a lion, and it's really fierce. Okay. The Salem Witches. Now, this I do know. I taught the Crucible for many years. Commonly found in the cemetery of Salem, Massachusetts, in the United States. These spirits are only echoes of their human identities. Appearing as young women in the 19th century clothing, they float through the air, screaming so awfully that it'll send chills down your spine. They were accused of and punished for practicing witchcraft during their lives, and now they seek revenge by scaring the hapless people of Salem. How to beat it? Try to stay calm. Even though they will do anything and everything to terrify you, They will change forms, make revolting expressions, and shriek until you jump out of your skin. If you are tough enough not to acknowledge them, they will stop and leave you alone. They only want to frighten you within an inch of your life. Squonk. Pennsylvania, United States. The squonk is a rather mysterious creature. It certainly looks quite horrible and scary, but apparently its main characteristic is sadness. Anyone who has seen this beast says it cries all the time. It appears inconsolable. Poor squonk. Oops, sorry. Clown ghost. Where? Rose Hill Cemetery in Chicago, Illinois, United States. A ghost dressed like a typical clown, wide pants and a colorful jacket, a fake red nose, and a curly rainbow-colored wig. He seems harmless and fun. You will probably see him waving, but he hides a cruel soul. How to beat it? First of all, you have to ignore him. If he thinks he's not the center of attention, he'll simply leave. But if you acknowledge him and he comes up to you, make sure you have a bullhorn or other noisemaker with you. He absolutely hates loud noises and he'll run away. The Jersey Devil, New Jersey, United States. If you come across the Jersey Devil, run away quickly and don't look back. This creature is half human, half monster, with bat wings and a long tail, and could swallow you whole. Haunted chairs in Belcourt Castle, Newport, Rhode Island, U.S. Some inanimate objects have been known to come to life. Take the haunted chairs in Belcourt Castle, for example. It is said that they are haunted by the ghosts of ancient knights. What do you think? Is it true or just a trick? Oh, Bigfoot. Where? The forests of North America. Big and brawny, he's covered with thick black fur and looks a lot like a gorilla. But don't tell him that. He might get offended. He also has gigantic feet, which is why they named him Bigfoot. With exceptional strength, he can hurl you a mile away if he manages to grab you. How to beat it? With speed and agility. Since this creature is strong but slow, you'll need to move quickly. If you just want to get away, simply run as fast as you can and soon you'll lose him behind you. If you want to confront him, though, just devise a good plan. Bigfoot is anything but smart. Exceptional size. He weighs more than 440 pounds. That's 5 children, more or less. Height, 10 feet, 2 children standing one on top of the other. Feet. He leaves footprints that are longer than 25 inches. That's huge considering an adult male's feet are around 16 inches. Around the world monster. We still have a lot to learn about Bigfoot, but one thing is certain, he tends to move around, always hiding in forest. As accounts of various sightings throughout North America show, he doesn't like to stay in one place for too long. From the hunter who first saw him in 1840 in California to the woman who stumbled across him in 2006 in Canada, he certainly gets around. King Kong. Where? First on Skull Island and then in New York, U.S. An ape, similar to a gorilla, only much bigger and with human-like emotions. He can suffer from loneliness. Phenomenally strong, he can take down any opponent, including dinosaurs, but he can't do anything against airplane attacks. You may see him climbing mountains or skyscrapers. How to beat it? You obviously won't be able to beat King Kong with brute force because he is much stronger than even the most powerful human. Don't use weapons. Instead, stop him from fighting by appealing to his human side. In fact, within that great furry body hides a gentle heart, longing for affection and companionship. If you show him that you are a friend, he might just become a powerful ally rather than a terrifying enemy. A newly discovered world. King Kong was brought to New York as a circus attraction, but his life started on a remote island in Asia where prehistoric creatures and primitive beings live among volcanoes and an impenetrable jungle. King Kong is the last of his species and is known as the King of Skull Island. The Kong Move. On Skull Island, King Kong goes up against very strong, monstrous creatures, descendants of dinosaurs such as V-Rex. While fighting, King Kong relies on a lethal move, the Jaw Crusher, where he grabs his adversary's jaws and pries them open until they break. Top floor battle. One of King Kong's most famous battles took place on the Empire State Building. Using his powerful arms, he climbs to the very top of skyscraper, where he strikes out against the airplane sent to destroy him. A truly epic scene. Okay. That takes us all the way to Central and South America, which we may save for another time if you guys enjoyed this. So you can let me know if you'd like to see more of the monsters and ghosts of the world. And I hope you have a wonderful week.